Hello everyone, it is me, Cringe Captain 613, reporting for duty. In today's video, we're gonna do a reaction video. Yes, and this is the video we're gonna be watching. Freddy Fazbear survives till 6 a.m. while eating spicy wings. Hot ones. And the person's channel is JonnyBlox. So this is what we're going to be reacting to. And maybe some others. So yeah, we're going to watch this first. And we'll watch one more video after, and then that should be it. Yeah. And I didn't know this was a thing until my girlfriend Sharksman Trenny sent me this on iMessages. He sent me that and then I just realized I could do this for a YouTube video. So yeah, I'll credit down who sent me the video, and I'll say thanks to Sharksman Trenny. This is my video idea for the day. Because honestly, I didn't know what I was going to be posting today after thanking my 100 subscribers. But now I know what to do for the second video. So let's react, shall we? Gotta make sure it's not too loud. Alright, that should be good. He's not gonna last that long.
Hello people of the internet, my name is Johnny and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even harder wings, and today I'm being joined by Freddy Fazbear. He's the iconic mascot of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and the lead singer of its animatronic band. He's been the star of countless video games, books, and even a feature film in 2023, with its sequel, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, hitting theaters on December 5th. Freddy Fazbear, welcome to the show. Now Freddy, before we begin, history has proven that animatronics and heat usually...
Wait, hold on. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie is coming out December 5th. Oh. December 5th, 2025. They said the movie is going to be released. Okay. I'm going to have to watch that. Gonna see how it goes. Yeah.
Theaters on December 5th. Freddy Fazbear, welcome to the show. Now Freddy, before we begin, history has proven that animatronics and heat usually don't mix well. I'd love to know, what is your mindset going into this interview? Are you a spicy food fan by nature? Well, Freddy, thank you so much for coming on the show. I have cooked up probably my best batch of dino chicken nuggets I've ever made just for you. So let's go right ahead and hop into that first wing.
Have you ever wanted to see your home?
Ads. We'll be right back. And we're back.
Freddy, taking down the first wing like a champ, how are you feeling after that first bite? Now, while you're mainly known for serving up pizza, you're also the face of several other food products like chocolate, soda, cereal, even the official FNAF gummy pizza. And with the release of your very own cookbook in 2023, is it safe to assume you were always destined for a life in the food business? Since your debut over 10 years ago...
How can you even understand what he's even saying? He's not even speaking. I don't get it.
Now, you've swiftly risen up the ranks to become one of the most iconic faces in horror. And this summer, you're finally set to enter the fog and join Dead by Daylight. How does it feel to be recognized alongside such other iconic characters like Michael Myers, Ghostface, and Chucky? And with Freddy Krueger also being in the game, do you think there's enough room for 2 Freddys? I really think you two would bond over your appreciation for a good nightmare. And actually, speaking of characters you get along with, you've been rocking with Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy for over a decade now. Are there any highlights that come to mind when you reflect on all the time you've spent together? Now, not to get too personal, but fans have noticed that you and Bonnie have a lot of chemistry on stage. It really seems like you two have a great friendship going on. The fans would really love to know, is there any deeper connection going on between you two? Do you not want to answer the question? I mean, we can move on if you'd like, if you're uncomfortable. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll move on. Oh, all right. Hey, Freddy's back for another bite. How you holding up, Freddy? So, in 2023, fans finally got to see you up on the big screen after several years of development setbacks. What was it like to release such an anticipated project, and are there any stories you can share from production? Wait, they were gonna take over Manhattan? Well, it was amazing to see you finally up on the big screen, and the movie was a massive success as well, grossing nearly $300 million and becoming Blumhouse's highest grossing film of all time. That's quite the crown to hold. Do you think the second film will...
You know what I just realized for the animatronics from the movie? Chica's body is thinner than the head and the pelvis. Did she lose weight? Same from Freddy. And Bonnie. How come the pelvis is actually bigger than the body itself? That's not how it goes in the game. It's supposed to be the same size. That shows they got the details wrong. I just realized this just now.
That's quite the crown to hold. Do you think the second film will have as big as an impact? God love the enthusiasm. Hey, to celebrate, let's take a bite out of this T-Rex, make it go extinct. You know, I'm very surprised at how well you're taking these wings. I suppose the lack of taste buds has to help. So, in addition to your second feature film, you also have a major new game release this year. It's called Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic by...
They're still making games? I thought they stopped after Security Breach. Secret of the Mimic. I think I'm gonna get nightmares from this.
Steelwolf Studios. And it's a new, massive leap into the 3D...
I'm sorry, I didn't know we were going back to the 70s or 80s or whatever, where, oh gosh, when designs like this looks creepy and ugly. Oh, that's making me nervous.
World building of the franchise. Do you ever miss the smaller, simpler feel of your earlier work? Or does the recent expansion into 3D exploration keep everything fresh and exciting? Now, we usually don't like to get into drama here on the show, but fans really want to know, what are your thoughts on games like Sister Location and Secret of the Mimic, where Freddy Fazbear isn't taking center stage as the antagonist? Everyone deserves a chance in the spotlight, right? Plus, that gives you more time to explore space, go-karting, or even get really buff and hot with your friends. I still don't get the point of that one. On top of that, you're also apparently a very dedicated writer, as over 50 FNAF books have been published. Over 50. Wow. Do you have any favorite or even least favorite stories that you've written so far? You're thinking about In the Flesh, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's everyone's least favorite. So in interviews, Jason Blum has actually said that he'd love to see a crossover between Five Nights at Freddy's and Megan, where the robots are at odds. Who do you think would win in that fight, the Fazbear crew or Megan? You certainly have a point. I do think you have her there in those categories. Now, Freddy Fazbear, I'd love to move on to some rapid-fire questions. So you can go ahead now and hop into that final wing on the table for you, and I will not have one with hot sauce. Oh, Freddy, okay. All I suggest is just be careful around the eyes. We don't want your servos locking up. I'll just get on to the questions. Freddy, is it true that you got those handprints on your face by eating a child in only one bite? You say you haven't spoken to Dawko ever since he called you Shrek Freddy for painting your suit green for St. Patrick's Day in 2020. The fans would love to know, is there any way you can rekindle that friendship? What are your thoughts on fans who have a special appreciation, we'll say, for William Afton? He is your killer after all, and I don't know, just like the purple skin, I don't really get it. Now, if we're talking about Matthew Lillard, you know, I'd say that's a different case entirely. Maybe something I could get on board with, but at the end of the day, he's still a killer at heart, so, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's more so the costume that people are into, not like the, you know, I'm gonna kill you whole shtick. You would understand that, right, Freddy? You know, if you're with the costume, you probably get that a lot. I know for a fact there's a whole community out there, you know, whole fan base out there. Well, Freddy Fazbear, those were all of my questions, and look at you taking on the wings of death and living to tell the tale. And now there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet, so this camera, this camera, this camera, let the people at home know what you've got going on in your life. Oh wait, were you supposed to say that last one there? Yeah, I don't think Scott is gonna like that last one out there. Can we just make sure we get rid of that one? You know, truth be told, Freddy, I did get some hot sauce, but my body said no. I'm so sorry. I know it kind of defeats the purpose of this being a hot ones, but maybe, do we want the Pringle? We can share a Pringle. They're not even that hot anymore. Do you want one? You're just kind of looking at me. You just seemed kind of upset that you were the only one who had something hot to eat. I mean, my mouth is kind of burning, but do you want to try what I'm trying? You were not this difficult during the interview. Why? It's like the second the cameras are off, you just don't want to talk to you. You're just ignoring me. Well, now you're just giving a thumbs up. I don't even know what that means at this point.
That was
My team, listen.
interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, people of the...
I did not understand that. Like, let's be honest. Alright, I did say I will react to one more video. So, let's see. What's... let me take a look how long ago the video was uploaded. Alright, found it. It's right here. So, let's see. The hardest Five Nights at Freddy's quiz was on TV. You know what? Let's watch this.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like FNAF. Been a fan since the first game, been with the series throughout all these 10 years, soon to be...
I'm gonna say the same, except for I was only a fan for the first, second, third, fourth, and sister locations. That's kind of it. Oh! And The Joy of Creation. Even though that is a fan-made game, but I still loved it. So yeah, those are my favorites. Just rather point that out. Yeah, I feel like I had to.
11? My god. And the other day I saw something pretty interesting. Dawko tweeted that he was on a television game show as an answer to a FNAF question. So
was that Mr. Beast? Okay, it's kind of blurry, but does that not look like Mr. Beast? I swear that looks like him. Give me a second. Okay. His smile right here, where my computer mouse is tracing over. And look at this one. Does that not look like him? That might be him, actually.
Tweeted that he was on a television game show as an answer to a FNAF question. So looking it up, the TV show is called Hard Quiz, and apparently it's only in Australia. It looks like they get 4 contestants, each of which have a very specific topic that they're an expert in. And I guess in one of their recent episodes, they had a FNAF expert. So I saw Dawko not only was an answer to a question, but he also did his own video playing along with the show. And I was like, hey, I like FNAF. I've hosted my own FNAF trivia show a couple years ago, and not too long ago on one of Dawko's previous charity streams, he had a FNAF trivia section with me, John, and Spiff, and against all odds, I frickin' won. I literally beat out a guy who has FNAF in his legal name, and then another guy who's like one of the most knowledgeable when it comes to the ins and outs of the games. So I was like, you know what? Let me throw my hat in the ring. Let me watch this episode of this TV show to see if I'm truly an expert. 4 brave contestants step into the spotlight for a chance to win the big brass mug. I'm assuming that's like the Lombardi trophy for Hard Quiz, or like the Piston Cup if you're in the Cars movies. Okay, alright, I see the mug here. You know what? That actually does kind of go hard. It looks freaking huge as well. Can fit a lot of fizzy fazz in that mug. If that's one of the questions, I've already aced it. So obviously, because this show's in Australia, I've never seen it. I don't really know the format, so let's just hop right into the episode. I'm sure they're going to explain how the show works.
Tonight on a Hard Quiz, Matt, expert subject, tornadoes. Viv, expert subject, the pancreas. Marco, expert subject, M&M. Georgia, expert subject, horror video game, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Alright, so it shows off the 4 contestants, and immediately there's a very broad spectrum of categories. So obviously we're going to be rooting for Georgia throughout this whole thing. She's the FNAF expert and also an animal science student. Then you got Matt, who's the expert on tornadoes, and then you've also got experts for M&M and the pancreas, so certainly a broad spectrum of topics here.
Here's your host, Tom Lisa. Yes!
Yeah, Tom! Yeah, that's Tom from television! I also can't help but notice the apparently fan render of Freddy that they've used for Georgia here. Fan renders have become just way too frequent outside of like the official FNAF media. Also, even in official FNAF media, we're just always using fan renders for some reason. But then the host comes out, his name is Tom, and they introduce Georgia and the general show.
Now, your expert subject is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
What is it?
So it's a horror video game.
What do you like about it?
I love the adrenaline that comes with it. It focuses a lot on jump scares. So you get the adrenaline building and you think you know what you're doing, and then next minute you're dead. Okay,
I will say right off the bat, Georgia, you're supposed to be the expert here, so hearing the fact that you, when you play the games, think you know what you're doing, but then die, doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. But I did also see in Dawko's tweet, you got one of the questions right, so my expectations are high here. And I should clarify, that is the only clip I've seen from this episode. The question was on the Employee of the Month board in the FNAF movie, which YouTuber is the month of July? And that was Dawko. And I will say, I would have known that because on Dawko's charity stream, that was one of the questions he asked, the final question. And, let's just say your boy got it right. So already, kind of killing this whole trivia thing.
Now, your 18th birthday cake had pictures of all your boyfriends.
Yes.
Can you talk us through it?
No, this doesn't really have to do with FNAF, but Georgia, you are representing us as a FNAF fan base here. So, Robin from Teen Titans Go?
It would be so awesome.
Is that John Oliver? Georgia, what are we doing out here?
Now, you're into M&M.
Yes.
Do you prefer your rappers to be white?
I'm not going to comment too much on the non-FNAF stuff, but that is hilarious. That's the first question he asked the M&M expert. So, do you like just stick to white rappers? What's going on with that?
Viv,
Hi.
why the pancreas?
Hey.
He's really digging into these people. Like with Georgia, he was like, you know, explain Five Nights at Freddy's, like, why do you like it so much? So for all the other contestants, he's like, why the hell the pancreas? You know, it's like, you know, you only like white rappers? What's going on?
Now, you drowned in a public pool at the age of 3.
Correct.
Ever since then, you've had a connection with the spirit world.
You know, as someone who used to watch like a lot of Jeopardy, it's really amazing to me like how long they talk with the contestants, and that's not a bad thing at all. I actually really enjoy it, because with shows like Jeopardy, they usually just like say their name, their job, like a little bit about them, and then they move on to the show. But here, like, we're 6 minutes in. The episode's only half an hour long, so this is a pretty decent amount of time to just be talking with the contestants.
And do you do drugs?
Granted, I do feel like they could have picked better questions, like, so you nearly drowned at the age of 3. Like, what's up with that? It's like, apparently that brought you close to the spiritual realm. Do you think now you're ready for death when you get sucked into a tornado?
Expert round. Expert subjects. Win or lose 5 points. Steal an answer, double points.
Okay, Jesus Christ, they're just throwing everything at you. I was kind of hoping for an actual explanation from the host and not just like, double points, 5 points, expert questions, expert, like... Give me a second to process everything. Okay, thankfully the format of the show is pretty easy to understand. Each person is going to be asked 5 questions in their respective category. If they get one right, they get 5 points. If they get it wrong, they lose 5 points. Everyone else is able to buzz in and steal their answer. If they get it right, they get double the points, so I'd assume 10. I'm probably not going to know any of the tornado, pancreas, or even Eminem stuff, so hey, if they had Taylor Swift on there, would have been a different story.
Tornadoes have most frequently been recorded around North America's Great Plains, earning the region what weather-based nickname? Georgia for the steal.
Tornado belt.
Incorrect, Matt.
Tornado Alley.
Correct.
Okay, so I will say right off the bat, Georgia is very confident in questions that are not even in her expert category.
Twisted depicts a team of scientists trying to launch a series of research devices named after which famous film character? Georgia for the steal.
Dorothy.
Correct.
We're like 3 questions in and she's already buzzed into 2 of them, even getting one of them right. So off to an amazing start so far, Georgia. Like, this isn't even your category just yet.
Filmed near Canberra in 2003 was the first confirmed pyrotornadogenesis, where a tornado formed due to what heat source? For the steal, it's Georgia.
Fire.
Correct.
Okay, so that's the first set of 5 questions for Matt, and he's losing to Georgia, who is not even an expert in tornadoes. I mean, clearly she knows a lot about tornadoes, but she's beaten out the expert by damn near triple points.
Passing away in 2016 from pancreatic cancer was which Harry Potter film actor? Viv.
Alan Rickman.
Correct. Matt, have you communicated with Alan Rickman?
I have now.
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy to first of all say that about a deceased, famously, you know, well-known, much appreciated actor, and then also seemingly hit on the guy. Like, this show's crazy. Australians, you do it differently down there. All right, so we've reached the end of Viv's 5 questions, and she has nailed all 5. So clearly she is a force to be reckoned with. Let's now see how Marco does with his Eminem questions.
In the song The Real Slim Shady, Eminem asks his alter ego to please do what?
Stand up. That's the first question I've got so far. We're like 15 questions in.
Singer Ed Sheeran credits rapping along to Eminem's music with helping him overcome what childhood speech disorder? For the Steelers, Viv.
Stuttering.
Correct.
Now that's very bad. Viv is now ahead 20 points. Georgia, listen, we've got to clutch up on some of these upcoming FNAF questions, all right? You need that mug. Or if you're in the Cars universe, the Piston Cup.
Eminem donated tubs of Mum's spaghetti, named as a nod to which of his songs?
Lose Yourself. I feel like I stole that one. I mean, you guys could hear I said it so much faster than he did. So I'd say that's like 15 points for me. So seems like I'm in this race.
Eminem has feuded with Will Smith, Limp Bizkit, the Insane Clown Posse, and which original singer of All I Want for Christmas Is You?
Mariah Carey. Put me on the show, Australia. Bro, fly me down. Look at how quickly I'm answering this stuff. All right, and now we move on to Georgia's round with 5 questions for 5 nights at Freddy's, 1 for each night. Currently, she has 15 points, and if she gets all of them right, that is an additional 25 points, which would be 5 points above Viv. So, Georgia, if we play our cards right here, we could be in first place by the end of what I'm assuming to be the first round. I mean, we're like halfway through the episode, so let's see these FNAF questions. And again, I'll play along, see if I can get them right.
Five Nights at Freddy's began as a 2014 video game in which a night guard tries to survive against deadly animatronic animals while working at a restaurant that serves what Italian fast food? Georgia.
Pizza. Said at the same time. Come on, this is not a hard quiz at all. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, it's right in the name.
Creator Scott Cawthon.
It's still so funny to see that picture of Scott. He looks so good in that video, and then you see him on the set, and he's wearing like a Zelda t-shirt, or the Springtrap t-shirt. Literally me showing up to Pookie's retirement versus me showing up to my own movie.
Who got into the horror genre after accidentally designing a creepy version of which bucktooth animal?
Beaver.
Georgia.
A beaver.
Correct.
We got it, we got it. Let's go. There's Chipper up on the television.
One of the game's killer creatures, Yellowbird Chica,
Yellowbird Chica, full legal name, didn't have to dox her like that.
carries an animatronic version of which iced baked good? Georgia.
Cupcake. We're so in sync. We got this.
The game series inspired a parody YouTube video called Five Nights at Squidward's, made by which Nickelodeon kids show? For the steal, it's Marco.
SpongeBob? Marco, no! Georgia, this could be so bad for us. Obviously, he's gonna know Squidward's from SpongeBob. How did he not buzz in?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Correct! Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted was the first of
VR?
the franchise to be released in which 3D immersive...
Literally the first
VR,
thing I said.
virtual reality.
Correct!
All right, so at the end of the first round, we have Matt with 5 points, Marco with 30 points, and Viv and Georgia tied with 35 points.
We've galloped through their subjects, now let's gallop through mine.
Tom's round.
And now we move on to something called Tom's Round, which I can only assume are questions that Tom has made himself.
This week I've been really getting into redheads.
Never mind, I was wrong as shit. What is this?
I used to be one, now I'm just a head.
He's got jokes for days, though. So I guess that this is Tom's expert subject, and now they have to answer questions based on redheads? All right, so skipping past Tom's category, because honestly... What?
I love redheads.
We got Matt with -5 points, the only person with negative points, Marco with 0, and Viv and Georgia still killing it with 35 and 25.
Matt, you're at the bottom on -5, get over here.
I will say, flip-flops are certainly a choice for the show. A little worried by what he's going to request out of Matt here. Maybe he's going to spin super fast and form his own tornado.
I mean, you could have worn shoes.
Okay, we did not zoom in on the dogs, though it is interesting to note I have the exact same commentary as the host.
You know what's on the other side of those doors?
Doom.
No. The spirit world.
Oh my god, is he dying? It's just a brick wall?
All right, it's People's Round.
The People's Round.
We're just gonna ignore that. I guess Matt's gone from the show. When he said Doom, I half expected, like, the Doomslayer to come out. Dun. Matt, your final challenge is to fight and survive 1 minute against the Doomslayer. Anyways, now we move on to round 3, the People's Round, and I'm very intrigued to see what kind of instructions and brand new mechanics they're gonna throw into the show.
The People's Round.
Ready to unlock Roblox?
No.
Against the clock.
Cross your legs, play along at home. Your time starts now. What is the common word?
Okay, I guess we're just jumping right into it. No instructions here. All right, folks, feel free to play along at home. I'm not going to tell you what you're doing. I'm not going to tell you how to play. We're starting right now.
What is the common word for a scary dream? Georgia.
Nightmare.
You can really see the PTSD in George's eyes there. Nightmare, giving flashbacks of FNAF 4 Nightmare boss fight. Oh my gosh, FNAF reference.
How many sides does a nonagon have? Marco.
9.
Yes.
All right, so I guess this is just like general trivia questions, because like this has nothing to do with Eminem or the pancreas, or I mean, I guess Nightmare kind of had something to do with FNAF. All right, so at the end of the People's Round, we have Viv with 40, Georgia with 25, and Marco, unfortunately, with 10.
And if you had one shot.
I let it slip, didn't I?
Which means he is next to be killed, I guess. This specific frame really makes it look like there's only a brick wall behind the doors. I really hope at some point throughout the show, because apparently this is the 10th season of Hard Quiz. Someone has no idea what's behind there. They just run straight through and bang their head against a brick wall.
Viv and Georgia, get over here because it's time to play Hard Quiz.
Oh, now we're playing Hard Quiz. Oh, okay. 20 minutes into the 30-minute episode, we're only just now starting the Hard Quiz portion. I guess it makes sense. At least the FNAF questions so far have been incredibly easy, like super base level knowledge stuff.
Final round. Head to head. Five Nights at Freddy's versus the Pancreas.
Five Nights at Freddy's versus the Pancreas.
There can only be one Hard Quiz champion. He gets to take home the limited edition Big Brass mug. What will you do with the mug if you win, Georgia?
It's a mug. Probably gonna drink something out of it. Maybe some fizzy fazz, as I said earlier.
So I work at a dog daycare.
Oh.
I'm gonna use it as a water bowl for the dogs. What do you mean, what are we gonna do with the mug? It's a goddamn mug. There's not much you can do with it besides using it to drink something.
Our water bucket that the dogs drink from broke. It's about that big.
She's literally using it as a water bowl for the dogs. I said that as a joke.
What about you, Viv?
Well, as a dietitian, Tom, I talk shit all day.
I'm gonna use it as my new toilet and shit in your mug.
Put it next to the toilet in the bathroom and use it as a toilet roll holder.
I really hope throughout any of these episodes someone has actually had a good use for the mug, but also, again, at the end of the day, it's a f***ing mug. What do you want them to do with it?
The original game features a music box version of the Toreadors song.
Toreador March. I got it first. He's still saying the question.
From what famous opera?
Oh, from the famous opera? Is the opera called the Toreador March? That's all I know it as.
They usually use it around celebrations, so I'm just going to say celebration theme.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Carmen.
That's it.
I've never heard of that. I've straight up never heard of that. So, Georgia, we're both losing here.
In the film adaptation of Five Nights at Freddy's, an Employee of the Month board can be seen featuring YouTube gamers. Which gamer appears in the July panel?
All right, here it is. This is the clip from the Dawko tweet. So, obviously, I know the answer to this is Dawko because, well, he wouldn't have tweeted about it otherwise. But as I said earlier, on one of his charity streams, he had a FNAF trivia show with myself, Astrospiff, as well as Fajon. This was the final question, decided the winner between me and John, the Battle of the Johns, and I got it right. And I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact that Georgia also gets it right, so shout out us.
I am going to take a guess, because I'm not 100% sure, and say Dawko.
Correct.
There he is, the big lad, up on the Australian television. New life goal, become an answer to a question on a trivia television show? Like, what a crazy accomplishment for Dawko. All right, so now Viv has to remove a tumor from the pancreas through a diagram. All I'm thinking of right now is I hope they bring out a diagram of Freddy from the parts and service minigame in FNAF VR. It's like, all right, Georgia, now go through the entire minigame. How are you going to remove the child's shoe from Freddy's chest cavity?
A rules for safety poster in the East Hall shows instructions such as, don't run. What is the fourth rule on the poster?
Okay. I think I know this one. Only because of Raz, because Raz says this like all the time. So Georgia's next question, the third question here in the final round, is the rules for safety board from the first FNAF game. Obviously, this is not an actual screenshot of the FNAF 1 game. Probably some like Gmod map or some other fan-made map that they took this from. But if you know the answer to this one. Don't run, don't yell, don't scream, don't poop on the floor is... Rule number 4. Definitely don't mess that one up. Stay close to mom. Don't touch Freddy. Don't hit. Leave before dark. Thank you from management. So yeah. Tom, I'd like to lock in my answer. Don't poop on the floor.
Don't bring food near the animatronics.
Incorrect.
Yeah. See, I was going to say pee on the floor, but I wasn't sure if I was just remembering that in a stressed moment.
Probably don't do that one either. Probably don't have any sort of bathroom accidents on the floor at all. Maybe use the bathroom for those. But, I mean, in her head, she got close. So, you know, that's still a win in my book, because that is a very disgusting one to remember.
On night 3 in the sister location game.
Ooh, a sister location reference. All right, night 3. Let me try and remember this one. Obviously, I do have an advantage because I'm pausing the video and thinking maybe I shouldn't have done that, but we're 26 minutes in now. What am I going to do? So night 3 is the, like, flash beacon one with Funtime Foxy, I think. Yeah, it is. Then you go to repair Freddy, you come back, you get jump scared by Funtime Foxy. Boom, night 4, Springlock suit.
You are given the option to select elevator music, but no matter what you try choosing, it always plays what?
Casual bongos.
You really touched an area I didn't study.
You didn't study the hand unit? You didn't study casual bongos? I mean, I'm sure you know Exotic Butters, but the casual bongos? You don't know those?
It always plays classical?
Georgia. No. We were doing so well. Thankfully, though, they're still tied up. They each have 3 incorrect answers and only 1 correct answer, so now we move on to the final questions for both of them.
In the spin-off game Ultimate Custom Night, complete this death line for the puppet.
Ooh, all right, a UCN question, a voice line question as well, for the puppet specifically. I feel like I should be able to remember this. I feel like I remember quite a lot of the characters' dialogue from that game, so let's hear what the quote is. Let's see if I can finish it.
The others are like... what?
Animals, but I am very aware.
Animals, but I am very aware.
Correct!
Let's go, baby. All right, now we just need Viv, with all due respect, to completely choke this last question.
So I'll just say trips and greater than 10%. But...
incorrect. Which means, Georgia, you are tonight's Hot Quiz champion!
Let's go, Georgia! sticking it out for the Five Nights at Freddy's fans, showing everyone else what we're made of. Congrats. That's incredible. On live television, a W for the FNAF fans. I'm out of focus during the celebration. I'll do it again. Yeah! Woo! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Congratulations, George. You're up tonight's Time Quiz champion, which means you get the big brass mug. And you get to do the sign-off.
Thanks for playing.
Massive congratulations to Georgia for winning. Absolutely insane. She did super, super well. Really crazy to just have a FNAF category like in a game show like this and then also have the expert in the field win the whole show. That's incredible. So massive shout out to Georgia. I believe she has social media, so I'll leave that link down below. Please go show her some support. She's an absolute legend. I'll leave the show link down below as well, so hopefully Australia doesn't come for my ass. But thank you so much for watching this video.
Okay, so I think that's enough reaction videos for today. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I just realized this is disturbing. Okay, we're getting sidetracked here because I'm looking at the thumbnail of this video. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, put on notifications so you don't miss anything, and like this video if you enjoyed it. Well, if and comment down what you think about it, and were you playing along in the hardest Five Nights at Freddy's quiz, and how much did you get correct, or were you just watching it? Because honestly, I wasn't playing along, I was just watching, because I don't know the answers clearly. So yeah, that's all, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.